Well, hello again, YouTube. AJ Shaver from Shaver Sales here, and everybody is always asking, do you have anything used? For once, I can say, yes, we do. We just brought in a 1624 brute force. Came in from a homeowner that had up in New York State. They bought it original new just to do their own firewood. There's about 190 something hours on it. We've been just making some small adjustments, fixing a few things. We changed out the inline fuel filter, changed out the little gas pump and the valve cover on the Kohler, made a couple of hydraulic adjustments, cleaned the bar, changed the bar saw itself, and just a little fine tuning with it, but she runs good. We got a nice little pile of wood behind it, got a nice log on here. Get the camera spun around, do a quick walk around. I'll show you what has changed since this used machine was on the market. It is a little bit older. It's a 2016 versus the new 22 models that are out. So let's get started. This is a traditional live deck on a 1624. The new ones are a little bit bigger and beefier. This one has been outfitted with the log dog setup on it. This will go and stand straight up horizontal, just like the other processors that you've seen on the channel. This is the first one where we have the log dog installed. The previous homeowner had this where they didn't have anything to pick up the wood and go up onto the live deck, so hence the log dog. What they do is they shuttle the wood from the ground up onto the actual live deck itself. This works out best if you can put down, you know, like some runner logs out here, you know, like where the tire tracks are, and then you can just roll it over on, and then it'll shuttle it right up. Still has the same rounded log trough that you're used to seeing, the big heavy-duty in-feed chain. While I'm still here on this side, I forgot, this does have a lifting ring. So just down here, you take the electric winch, which we have spun 90 degrees. This would normally go straight out, and you take the hook, put it in the eyelet, and hit the buttons behind the in-feed trough, and that pulls it right on up. Nice big gas tank. We're trying to burn up the old gas that's in it, and then I'll fill it with fresh ethanol-free gas. This is the electric buttons for the in and the out on the live deck, raise and lower. Also, there's enough cable on there that if you had to drag over, you know, a piece of wood to get it to the log dogs, you could do that as well. This one is outfitted with a 26.5 horsepower Kohler Command Pro. It's an EFI motor. The little fuel pump that's in the rear valve cover, we just changed out that whole assembly. It had a little bit of a leak to it, so that's all nice and brand new. Did a fresh oil change on it, and we'll put a new air filter in. That's on order, and like I said, we'll get some new non-ethanol gas in this. It does come equipped with the oil cooler. It is a gravity feed right here on the bar oil itself. You're used to seeing like a piston pump on that. When we had our 1624 here in 2019, the same kind of movement here on the saw bar was the same. The new models, it's where they actually pivot around the saw motor itself versus everything on all this extra linkage here. The previous owner did kind of manufacture their own 6-way wedge in this. This is a manually adjustable 6-way wedge. You could burn off those other 2 ears and just put it right back to being a 4-way. There's a pin that goes in the bottom down here, and that's what gets you your different height adjustments. The conveyor is attached in hydraulic for the raise and lower. It does have the speed control on it. We split a nice little pile of firewood down here while we were testing it and making some adjustments. Kind of has a little grizzly bar clean out here, so any of the little bits can fall down through versus getting caught up in the conveyor itself. The conveyor on this is a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. The speed control is down here, but this is also your on and off valve. This is forward only or uphill only. You can adjust this from 1 to 10. It can just creep or it can really fly. So we have our typical splitter with the automatic detent going backwards. This is the in-feed on the chain, your saw, the log dog up and down, and then the conveyor up and down. And on this one it says saw speed. This is not the actual chain speed. This is the speed at which the saw cuts into the firewood. So if you're doing white pine or spruce or like your softwoods, you can really juice this up and let it rip through. Or if you're on more of like a hardwood, like an oak or something, you can dial that back so it's not as aggressive. It looks slow going in, but I will tell you, when we're doing the video, it does run pretty well. Your usual pressure gauges that you're used to seeing from the newer models. It's just kind of a troubleshooting thing, or just kind of keeping an eyeball on what's going on. The previous owner did do a key switch start over here on the side, which I actually find pretty convenient versus walking the whole way around. And then they also did a throttle right here, so you don't have to go all the way around to the motor. You can work everything from the operator's station. And back up here without tripping over the hitch on the 2624. So overall, good little processor, something that is readily available right now versus waiting 4 to 6 months for something new. We'll get the camera put back in the tripod and make some sawdust fly. So just again, not a big fan of the 6-way. I'll leave it in there. You can cut it out. there we have it. Well, for an older used machine, little hours, but older machine nonetheless, brute force has come light years ahead from where this one is right now. I like the 4-way joysticks that we don't have to move between the in-feed trough and the saw. That makes life really easy. Also, the hydraulically adjustable wedge would be nice. You see some of the bigger knots coming across. You could drop it down, split it like a 2-way, or if it was the 6-way in there, drop it down and just do it as a 4-way, and you could lift up. But, you know, for a used piece of machinery, I'm pretty happy with it, so I think we have it dialed in, and it will be available for sale, well, today or whenever you're watching this video until it sells anyway. So I am AJ Shaver with Shaver Sales. You can always reach me. It's 833-SPLITTER. That's 833-775-4887. You can also email me at sales@shaverequipment.com. And we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons here on the screen, and we'll see you next time.